Going back to what you were saying, Tom, about neurotypical people being now able to relate to what it feels like to have autism with the levels of uncertainty and anxiety, um, what advice would you give people who may be struggling, like from your own experiences and how you've dealt with uncertainty in your life, just with having autism?
I think it was John Lennon that said, in the end, everything turns out all right. And if everything is not all right, it's not the end. So we are going to get through this, but we have to do it together. We are, as a society, as a world, we are the ones that have to unite, come together, and make the effort to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a part to play. And even something as basic as wearing a mask. I mentioned the idea of being the hero in your life. If you put on a mask and pretend or have that mentality that you're being a hero, like you're a superhero, you're making a difference, you're saving people's lives, you are empowered by wearing a mask or practicing other safety measures, that you're making a difference. And that's going to help in the long term. Those little, often random acts of kindness, too, can go a very long way. One story I had, Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, I was going to a Mexican restaurant on a takeout Tuesday. It was Tuesday. And I ordered from the register and was waiting for my food. And a few minutes later, a bunch of people showed up to pick up online orders. And I realized that the kitchen was not only overwhelmed, but understaffed. So they didn't have enough people to fill all those online orders on Cinco de Mayo. And I waited hours for my small order and realized I was like back of the line given the backlog they were having. And I decided, since I was going to be having dinner with my parents later anyway, that I would give my meal away to somebody. So I wrote it down what I'd ordered, stuck it on the front door of the restaurant, hashtag pay it forward.
Mm.
And I put that out there for people to see. And somebody saw my good deed. And the next morning, I get a knock on my door. I open it. There's my order. What I'd ordered the night before was there at my doorstep. Someone saw what I did and decided to bring it back to me. And so the little things like that, little things we don't really think about until we're in that moment and we have the opportunity to be selfish or selfless. We need to be less selfish and more selfless in today's society. I think that's how we can cope and really make that difference. I can't emphasize that enough. Making a difference by being selfless.
Mm-hmm.
Those little random acts of kindness are going to go a long way in this pandemic.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can just imagine anyone else on the receiving end of those acts of kindness feeling that human connection and that sense of community that we are all in this together. Do you have anything to add about accommodations related to COVID and your current situation right now, whether you're working from home or dealing with managing social situations?
Building up on what we've been talking about so far, this is a really opportune moment, a really good time for self-reflection, to see who we are, whether we like what we're doing or where our life is going. And a key part of self-reflection is knowing your limits or when you've had enough. And I've heard of people experiencing like Zoom fatigue. There's only so many hours you can take in front of a screen before you have to shut it off.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
I think, and being able to really say what you feel, because I think too many of us keep quiet or aren't doing enough to not rock the boat. But when we really speak up, say what's in our hearts and on our minds, then we're going to have better outcomes for ourselves. And when we are our best selves, we make a bigger and better impact. So with respect to accommodations, it could even be as simply as saying no, I can't make it today. This isn't a good time. I have to recharge my batteries.
Mm-hmm.
And those that understand will be understanding, and those that don't will probably not belong in your life or shouldn't be in your life to begin with.
Mm.
So this is really a good time as far as accommodations go to really say what you really, really need. And we're all struggling on some level. And time and patience are two of the greatest gifts you can give someone with autism. And I think the world is starting to see that everybody needs time and patience sometimes.
Yes, for sure.
What really, really makes me sad the most is I love hugging people. I love providing comfort to those who support me. And with social distancing, I can't do that right now. That hurts me too.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a very, very big thing. And so far, nothing has happened. As long as I wear my mask wherever I go, then I am okay. I only take it off unless if I'm drinking or eating something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the most important thing. And it's unknown how long this will last. I am just so anxious right now. I want to get back on an airplane again. I want to travel somewhere because I'm kind of starting to likely accept that this will be my first year of not traveling at all. But then my parents are telling me to not think about that too quickly. Keep having faith, and that something may happen and that you will be able to travel somewhere. And I want to do a skill course trip with the Global Autism Project. And I will apply for the one that I think will be a good fit. And I will use it as a great opportunity to learn about autism organizations out of the United States. And that will be a great step. And even to talk in a fair audience about my differences to learn theirs. This is what traveling is about.
You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.